into the holes what we've made here, what you're looking for is roughly a 6 to 8 inch spacing all the way down the aeration, and also between the two as well. So as you can see, even between the gap there and between each one. So what to look for when you're aerating, make sure that you've got that 6 to 8 inch gap, and basically just try and learn something from your garden at the same time as trying to help it. Yeah, does the root run all the way through? Is there a thatch layer build up? And yeah, basically, is it coming out easy enough? Okay, so a few things to think about. I'm going to crack on now, put it on a time lapse, and let's see this back garden done. Now we have aerated, scarified, and now we have merged short, and we'll see how it goes. Right, so topsoil is now down. This is kind of what we're left with. Remember, so just looking here at the label, these are the varieties I'm using. CM1 hardware and lawn, and see the two perennials there. And all I'm going to be doing is sticking in this Scotch spreader. Okay, it's a bit banged up, but that doesn't matter. So I'm going to get that in there, load it, and like I say, I'm just going to put down loads in there and hopefully get a nice even spread, and then I'll do close to the edges just by hand scattering, and we should get a nice mix. After that, I'll then go back in with a rake again, rake it over, so hopefully hides us from the birds a little bit, and then give it a water, and that'll be us. So I'll get into that now. So that's me done for the day there. So this is what we're kind of left with. So you can obviously see through just having the topsoil showing through that these are the low points. 1, 2, and down there 3. Okay then, so there we go for today. Aeration, so what does that do? The main things is it's opening up the sort of ground level as such, obviously by taking the hollow tines out. So you're going to be allowing oxygen and water into the root zone. Okay, obviously this then helps more nutrients get there. So that's why we do the aerating part. It also, obviously, the main reason for it is to relieve compaction. So you've got that as well. Even for myself, that like my son doesn't really play on the lawn or anything like that, but just by mowing it all season, it's going to build up so much more compaction. Scarifying, obviously you're getting rid of that thatch layer, any dead organic matter, and also what you're going to do, having it on the lower settings, it's going to make contact with the soil, so it's also going to help the seeds mix with the soil a whole lot better as well. So aeration and scarification is kind of key to the lawn makeovers, although I wouldn't say it's absolutely necessary to do both, but it's definitely going to help, and they've both got their own benefits. My lawnmowers start of the season, they are renovated with the exact same seed as what I'm using this time, and I got really good results, so that's why I went back to it and I'm using it again. But there's loads out there that people use, loads of different types. So that's what's going to happen. I go away tomorrow, so I'm going to water it again in the morning. Hopefully a couple of days of wet weather is going to help the germination get kick-started. Just remember, when you're doing this, keep it wet. Okay, you don't want the seed to dry out. If it dries out, it's going to die, and you're not going to get the results that you want. So keep it wet, and also not too wet where you're going to flood it. Day 7. Okay, so this is where we are now. We are so almost more or less to the hour actually, where we have done the job, and we have germination starting, just coming through here. But what I'll do is I'll spin you around and I will show you where we currently are. So here we go. So the back garden. So this is me just done my last cut of the year, and this is how we're looking. So since the Renovate, you see when I had all the topsoil down, this is how we are. And you know what? It's pretty good. It's quite thick in there, like so. Last one, in case you're wondering, is being 40mm. So last cut done at 40mm. That was front and back, and I think this is possibly the 3rd or 4th cut. I'll put up some pictures of a couple of the cylinder cuts that I've done with stripes in, but here we are. So I still need to do the edges and tidy them up, but this is how we're looking for this lawn. Well, quite honestly, I'm happy with. The colour's good and it's a lot thicker. So and here we are on the front, and this is how we're looking.